Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. We're on the final season. Very exciting. We watched the movie last week. It was really nice to get to actually witness the Earth Minbari War. It really hits just how devastating it was, how bad it almost got. I mean, we were talking about the extermination of the human race, and thankfully Kosh helped out and pointed Delenn in the right direction to Sinclair, and everything happened. But it was really fun to get to see it from Londo's perspective, him telling that tale and his involvement and everything. I really love that. And now with this final season, how they ended off last season was so huge and forward thinking that I'm not sure what to expect with this season. Because, I mean, we know that the telepath war is coming up. We witnessed some things. We know how this goes. But, you know, I'm excited to get back into the time period that we know and see how everything shakes out. Because even in the movie, it ended up in a place where I still don't know how everything happens to make that the reality. With Londo being emperor, but, you know, watching Centauri Prime burn and all that entails, and in also regard to like Sheridan and Delenn being there and just all of that. So I'm excited. This next episode is called No Compromises. I mean, we've got the alliance going. Sheridan is the president of that. I don't know really what no compromises would be referenced to. It's a pretty unyielding take. So I wonder what that will be. But I don't know. I'm just really excited to see what the season's going to look like. So let's get into it.
There's a lot that doesn't fit into a report.
Then the report is incomplete.
Oh, she's a hard ass.
Trying to save you trouble, Captain.
Oh, wait, she's the captain?
That as long as you run
Well, I guess someone has, he's the president, so you're going to have a captain.
You'll do just fine.
Well, that's one of the things I was trying to tell you. Around here, we don't have to look for trouble. On
Why?
B5,
It should be Ivanova.
I just want you to know it's nothing personal. But I need to send a message to Babylon 5.
What is this?
That's what you Rangers are for, right? Any final words? We live for the one. We die for the one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one out of two ain't bad.
Immediately, there's problems. There's pushback.
Have her meet me in my office in 20 minutes.
Lockley?
Ivanova's replacement.
I don't want to hear that.
So much for breakfast.
And I should conduct Minbari business in Minbari surroundings. It's
So
good to keep
no
things
living
separate
together?
for now, until we can move to the new facilities on Minbar. Assuming you're still comfortable with that prospect.
Is that what's going to happen?
I'm going to miss this place when that time comes. It's going to take me a while to get used to living on your world.
It's my understanding that Babylon 5 is to remain an independent state pending decision by the Alliance to formally buy it from Earth.
That's correct.
Then why bring in someone from Earth Force to run things?
We're still trying to heal the wounds from the Civil War back home.
Yeah.
Putting someone from
a
Earth
nice
Force
gesture.
in charge of B5 will help cement us with the folks back there.
I hear you asked for me in particular.
Oh. That's good to hear.
You have handled a number of potentially dangerous missions without resorting to force.
That's
You're good
also
with
very
diplomacy
good
when
to hear.
possible, but you know how to fight when you have to. And you speak your mind. I chose you strictly on your background. You are the perfect choice.
I noticed you didn't ask me which side I was on during the big fight back home.
You're right, I didn't.
Now, who?
So I don't want anything
Are
to
you?
go wrong. Now you got to seal off this whole area through to Blue 5. I know this place better than anybody, and I'm determined that nothing's going to go wrong with Sheridan's inauguration. I owe him that much. All right, now the new guy in
Good.
Ambassador, make sure he has the right ID. And whatever
You
do, don't let him go on and
get
on and
off
on. Damn guy in the eye.
this station.
He was in a commercial stasis bubble when we
Oh.
picked him up, but he didn't die from exposure to space.
No,
see.
there's
He
a
might not want
message.
to.
I said, let me see.
Welcome to the team. Well, I guess this, I'm sure, are some, like, Clark loyalists. Oh.
My name is Byron. It's important that you meet me in Brown 3 in 2 hours. Come alone.
Why should I do that?
My people are coming.
Oh my goodness, who are your people? And how did you do that?
Ah, Captain. That is, Mr. President. You're up late.
You know, I'm not sure I'll ever get used to being called Mr. President.
I understand completely.
Can we
Did I
just
ever
call you
tell you
Sheridan?
that I was not born with the name Jakar?
Really? Is this a
It is
title?
tradition on my world to give newborn Narns temporary names for the first 10 years of their lives.
I would like you to write the oath and the Declaration of Principles.
I'm flattered. Also terrified that this
That's
is
a big
great
responsibility.
I know, but I can't think of anyone more suited to the job.
Well, then you shall have it. I shall dedicate myself to nothing else from now until
Love
the
it.
inauguration.
Now, that PPG hit to the chest was in the exact spot to cause instantaneous death.
Is this Byron?
Whoever did this is very good at what he does.
I mean, is Byron
Do you
and
think
that
this
guy
has
working
anything
together?
to do with Sheridan's inauguration?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh god, are they gonna have an assassination attempt?
Captain, you said you wanted me to remind you about an appointment.
On my way. So what do you want?
A place to call home. My friends and I
Is
are
this
all
how we start the
telepaths.
colony of
More will come
telepaths?
soon. We want to put out the word to others of our kind. Have them gather here in safety. In time, we will create a small colony. Until one day...
That
we
doesn't
will
go well.
create a world of our own. A homeland for those who have no other home.
Oh god, this is, oh no.
Perhaps.
Oh no. He's gonna kill again.
I know that you're a fan of President Lincoln. Did you know that he was sure that he would die in office? That as president, he had to pay the price for the lives of all
They
the
are
soldiers
gonna
who
try to
died
assassinate
fighting
him.
his war. You won't know where it's coming or when, but it's coming.
Ah,
And as strong as you think you are, the one thing you can't stop is the lone gunman determined to kill you, even if he gets killed in the process.
no! Ugh.
Sheridan.
We know he endured some terrible trauma during those years. We've never asked. When he chooses to speak of it, he will.
And if he doesn't?
Then he alone will bear the pain of it.
I saw.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll tell you in a
He's
different
only
way.
Let any of us see.
If more of our so-called leaders would walk the same streets as the people who voted them in, live in the same buildings, eat the same food instead of hiding behind glass and steel and bodyguards, maybe we'd get better leadership and a little more concern for the future.
John, that's a commendable
That's
idea. but
fair.
it's very dangerous.
Yeah,
Is it?
it might
Our
be a
new
little
friend
naive
just
too.
said all the security in the world can't stop a lone gunman dedicated to exchange his life for the target. And he is right.
I agree with Sheridan.
I don't
You
disagree.
said.
'Cause
But
it's
you have an
making perfect
immediate
sense.
threat right now.
He's talking a political agenda. You're talking about protecting your friend. Which is more important? They're the same thing. Are they?
What the hell was that all about?
Excuse me, but by all rights, you shouldn't even have been in that meeting. You're not technically head of security. You're a civilian. A consultant at best.
He's grandfathered
At
in.
worst.
Look, Sheridan's the kind of guy who looks for something to challenge him. Sometimes I think he's a martyr in training. Great motives, lousy ending, just in case you missed the whole Joan of Arc story. Now, in a situation like this, we have to protect him against himself.
Oh, is he trying to help? You're gonna help here, Simon? I'll take any help we can get. You need to go put that in somebody's head.
You, John J. Sheridan.
Oh shit! He has foresight. Leave that boy alone. Oh no! Did you get him? Oh, they did get him. Simon. Oh no.
Zach, this guy's a trained infiltrator. He could be anywhere or anybody.
Just give me a description, will you?
That's not gonna help. We need Simon.
can't come in here.
No, let him.
Let him go.
Oh, he's doing it. Oh my goodness, is he sending that to everyone? Get him!
Back off!
Shitty.
Or I'll kill her.
Did he die? No! Dr. Franklin, administer CPR or something. So he's taking off. Didn't get what he wanted. Oh, wow.
Everybody else can go. You have 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Goodbye, Sheridan.
Got you.
I can't hold him. This cockpit breaches, I'm screwed.
Say let's ship this target.
Here it comes.
Fire at will.
You want to be president?
Yes,
Yeah.
Put your hand on the
Swear,
book
man.
and say I do.
I do.
Fine, done. Let's eat.
Good enough for me.
You requested to start a small colony here. I
No.
assume she's told
Don't
you
do
her
it.
decision.
She told us no. It's a word we've become accustomed to.
You have my authority to start a colony here.
Oh,
They'll set
Sheridan.
aside part of Brown's sector. It's not much.
Oh, boy.
It's not pretty.
Y'all can't see the parallel here. My goodness.
Thank you.
The new head of covert intelligence for the Alliance is pleased to meet you.
Hey!
Now we haven't
That's
decided
quite
on
a
the time yet.
promotion.
It's time for that. So anyway, Captain, I guess I'll be seeing you at the next meeting. Just curious. Which side were you on during the big fight back home?
I was on the side of Earth, Mr. Garibaldi.
What does that mean?
Weren't we all?
It means two different things now. I mean, that's fair. I still want to know. All right, well, this was really good. I didn't know what to expect. I was maybe wondering if there'd be a little bit of a time jump, but we're kind of right back in it, which I love. And the biggest glaring difference here is that there is no Ivanova, which is very sad to me. I'm glad she lived, but last we saw she wasn't happy and unsure of where she was going to go, what she was going to do. So I can't say I'm surprised, but it's still sad either way. I do hope we see her at some point in some capacity if she comes to visit or something. But I like this new Lockley, I believe her name is, the new captain. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that, well, now that Sheridan is president, we need a new captain. And that should have been Ivanova, but it's not. I do love that Sheridan handpicked her, and I like the reasons why he did it. And she seems like she's going to do well, and she's right about the colony. We know that to be true. It's not even speculation. We saw the episode. We saw the last season finale that said it becomes one of Sheridan's greatest regrets, and it leads to Garibaldi getting killed. Now, this very much aligns to the idea of what they tried to do with Israel. I'm not going to mince words here. I am not a Zionist, and I think that is what they're trying to show here. Take in all the refugees that you need. You help these people, but this is going to end badly, we know. And we know it here. We know it in real life. And you just hate to see this happen when you know the outcome. And Sheridan was just like, no, we're going to do it. Like, he didn't even have any qualms about it. And it's going to bite him in the ass. Everything was done with good intention, but the outcome, it's a failed mission. I also love that Sheridan was against just hauling himself off, getting away from everything, and his reasonings for doing that the people that serve the people should be among the people. I totally agree with all that. But there was an immediate threat here that they had to deal with. He was a little laissez-faire about that. I needed him to be more concerned, because if Simon wasn't here, we would have been really fucked. Thankfully, he was, and he seemed like a sweet kid, putting nice images in people's heads and then ultimately helping. And like, I don't think other telepaths that we know have had that capability of seeing the future like that. So that was kind of amazing and helped us deal with that assassination attempt. But yeah, that is kind of something that comes with the territory of being in power. There is an inherent danger to that. But I like that he's not going to be led by that. This situation was handled. I'm glad it was Garibaldi that did it. We haven't had like a big like talk between Sheridan and Garibaldi. I'm sure they've had one, but it was so hard dealing with them being at odds for so long that it's nice that Garibaldi could do this for him. And now, I mean, Garibaldi has quite the promotion. He's like leader of the military intelligence division or whatever when dealing with Babylon 5. So it seems like he might be spending time back and forth between Mars and Earth. I mean, Mars and Babylon 5, which is great as long as we get to continue to see him. And Zach is, leading up the security here on Babylon 5. Love all that. I loved when G'Kar got to write the, what did they call it? Declaration of Ideas or something like that. He was so game for doing that, and he has a way with words, and he wanted to include everyone's belief in what he was sworn in on. I like what we do here in America, that you can swear on anything you want to. It's kind of the same idea. It's that you can believe whatever you want, but also everyone else can believe whatever they want. Love that. Which seems to be the point here. I love that. I'm glad that this was just a lone gunman. I'm glad it wasn't some organization that's already started to build itself from Clark loyalist or whatever, but it was just someone that was mad at Sheridan for how his life was going and blamed the Civil War and everything that came after it on him. I mean, that's obviously misguided, but it being one person, truthfully, if it is just one person, that's kind of harder to look out for. But at the same time, it's not an ongoing threat. He has been taken care of. So that's good. But yeah, I really like this episode. It's unfortunate that the writing on the wall. That this colony is going to be a not good thing. But I like Byron. I like Simon. I like the idea of taking in these telepath refugees. But I don't like the idea of the colony. And we know what comes of it. So it's just hard to witness it happening when you know. So, man. And we do know that Sheridan is eventually going to go to Minbar. That's where he's going to be stationed. But I hope that doesn't happen yet. I need Delenn and him to both be around. And I think they will be. There's a lot of kinks to work out. You've got the delineation of the powers to the new captain, and Sheridan's still figuring out his role. It's a brand new role. You kind of have to make up the rules as you go a little bit. But as far as a first day for Lockley, a little assassination attempt to deal with and this new colony. So she's right in the thick of it, but I think she'll be able to handle herself. She definitely seems capable. But yeah, I think this was a good first go into this final season and everything that comes with that. I'm glad there weren't too many changes. I was a little worried about that because of this season being something that was kind of a surprise. They weren't thinking they were going to get a season 5, but it still feels like we're right in it. Everything is kind of still going, and You know, we have a little bit of foresight because of everything they told us in the last episode, last season. But to see how it all shakes out is going to be really fun to, I don't know, not fun's definitely not the right word, but it's going to be an interesting watch. So I'm excited what we're going to get into. But yeah, this is really good. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.